Hello, everyone. I came on early because I got home early. So I'm going to let people start getting the notifications. Hey, the Black Barbie. Yeah, I'm eating some leftover rice. We went to a Japanese restaurant. The food was really good. And they give you so much rice at the hibachi. It was a hibachi grill that, it's so much, it's ridiculous. Hey, guys. We're going to let people start getting the notification. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. So, how was y'all's day today? Have y'all eaten dinner? I went and got my windows tinted, and they did a horrible job. Pissed me off. Hey, everyone. We're gonna start letting other people come in. Hold on, y'all. Is Cypress in here? Cypress need to go into his Facebook and unblock me because whoever them hackers is that he be letting up on his panel and stuff, and he be dropping that link. I bet it's a motherfucking sissy, a sissified bitch nigga. They got him hacked and they blocked me. So I can't send him messages. I'd be so glad when they finish putting these people and getting these folks. It's so many of them they think they ain't going to jail. Shit. You know that's a damn sissy because they got me blocked. That's a man. We waiting. They got me shadow banned too, but it ain't gonna work when I put in my name. Certain other bloggers pop up. So the people that work with their channel, they focus right on me. They hackers too, child. So that's when you know that you're doing that's how you know you're doing the darn thing. When people focus on you. We're gonna wait and start letting other people get the notifications though. And it be the men working right with them, damn sissies. They be on the down low though. They be on the down low. They have boyfriends and stuff. That's why they can be on YouTube. You know, they hired them to get them information. They hired them to be hackers, stuff like that. Then they be undercover having boyfriends. Okay. It be those ones, right? And so that's why they can spew out so much venom. It ain't nowhere in the world. Nobody should be giving all their damn energy to YouTube negatively, especially going after other people, especially if you're a man, right? The women do it too. The women be doing it too. And it's funny because I think that how it happens, how it works on here is that everybody go at each other and they do it for views and then they end up, being cool again. See, I don't operate like that because I don't do things for views. And so once you cross me, you know, I mean, I don't have nothing else for you. Okay. That's how it works with me. So I'm not gonna do anything for views because YouTube is not my life. Not as far as beefing and dropping dirt and doing stuff like that. I'm not gonna let people because people can't. It ain't no dirt on me. It's not. It ain't no dirt on me. But I got dirt on everybody. I'm not gonna let folks get me caught up by dropping the real dirt on them. A lot of these men don't care. They don't really care what you drop on them, but they don't be wanting you to drop that down low T on them. They don't be wanting you to drop that though. And they boyfriend's name. They don't want you to drop that. And they ain't gonna drop it. Anyways. Y'all hit that like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe. No, I ain't gonna do it. See, I don't live my life like that. I don't. So I'm not gonna do that. He says Black Zach. Hey, who done it? We're gonna wait and start letting other people get the notifications and start coming into the room, okay? We got a good topic tonight. Black Zach says, surely sugar in the tank. Yeah. Because when you're a man and you keep up garbage and stuff, I see men on here all the time that have vlogs and stuff, and I'm very attracted to their vlogs. Um, they talk about other stuff. They talk about stuff that men would talk about. They promote other stuff, and a lot of them try and they come from the street and they try and promote positivity. Right. They might vlog and talk about, give their perspectives as men should do on up to date situations, right? That's kind of what they do. Um, I'm very attracted to that. But when you're on here, but you have to understand too. I was talking to somebody today, and it was like, you have to understand that YouTube is all that a lot of these people have. You might hear some people say, well, I got a job. Well, bitch, why you hating on me? If you got a job and you don't need YouTube, why are you hating on me? You know, the craziest thing I ever heard was somebody sitting up saying that I'm trying to be like them. That's the craziest damn thing that I ever heard. Like somebody said, our dialect is not alike. I was doing this. I've been doing this for 10 years. I have a TV show for real, for real. So how am I trying to be like someone? But that's the type of stuff that they spew. But I mean, it's not up to me. It's not my job to try and figure out why old ass motherfuckers in their 50s and stuff have that type of mentality. Like, I go, dog, like, even though I've seen a lot, I don't align myself with people with first floor mentalities. I just don't. And so when you start getting into that little girl stuff, like somebody came on my blog today and they were saying, how come somebody ain't talking about this, and that? Okay. Why people ain't talking about this, and that? I'm not, see, here's the thing that really gets me. When there is something that is that happens in Memphis, we know when it happens. Hell, anything that happens in Memphis and it's a group of people around, you ain't gonna have to look for it. It's gonna pop up in the algorithm, right? So it's really asinine and pathetic to sit up and say because Memphians are not talking about something that they trying to hide. Somehow the F everybody from Memphis trying to hide something. Why would anybody from Memphis try and hide anything? That's crazy. Folks have lives. We have things going on. Don't nobody have time to try to hide nothing. So if it happened, if you see some Memphis vloggers, they're going to be talking about it. They're going to talk about it. If it didn't happen, I'm not talking about something that didn't happen. That would make me a lunatic. Okay. But like I said, I think it's pathetic. I think it's pathetic. And I see like people have a strategy, and I mean it's really weird to me. I was talking to my lawyer the other day, and my life is so consumed with other stuff. We got to get somebody served. So I was asking him, I said, can I go on my blog and offer some people $100 to confirm something? He was like, nah, we'll walk it down. We'll walk it down. Don't worry about it. But I think it's so shameful that um that you have to do things of that nature because of the mentality. And here's the thing, like when you don't give people a dog and you don't make yourself into some type of sideshow freak, then people go on and they start but it only happens with Black people, because see, I don't consider myself to be in no sector. I don't consider myself to be in no sector, and I never will. Hey, I could sit here just as secure as I want to be because YouTube ain't paying my bills. And I can say, you know what? Hey, I shout anybody out because I understand that it does not take for me to shout somebody else out. But some people are so envious and jealous. I knew that it was terrible when I saw what the male vloggers were doing. Okay. When I saw what the male vloggers were doing, and when I saw a female vlogger get on her channel gloating. Oh shit. Positive. When I saw a female vlogger get on her channel and gloat. And prior that the night before, y'all, that's why I say jealousy is as cold and cruel as the grave. A man had came into my chat and he was bragging. He wasn't bragging. He was talking about, they just green lighted women. You could be next, but we scared him because what he did was he threatened me. Because there was some people watching, they pulled his picture, and I put his damn picture up on the screen. And he said, "Why you put my picture up? I ain't put your picture up, motherfucker. You had sent out a terroristic threat over the internet. Did you not think that they was gonna pull you quick? Living down there in Florida." So, anyways, the very next day, from time to time, I'll tune in to other vloggers. I tune into this female vlogger. Yeah, I told my mother, like, there are certain things that I see. It could be so evil that it shook my soul looking at her eyes and looking at her smirk, saying, "Yeah, now they're green lighting women. They're gonna be taking some of these women out." What motherfucking woman would gloat? Bitch, you that jealous? What woman would gloat about men? So at that point, I knew she had sent them over here. The sad thing about the thing about it is, no matter what goes on here, I ain't wishing for no man to go take no woman out. My jealousy don't run that deep. And when it's all said and done, I'm Tamara. I ain't trying to be like nobody and don't want to be like nobody. I pride myself on my Southern accent, my Memphis accent. Everybody in the South has a different type of accent. I can recognize a Memphian. I was in New Orleans, and I went one year. I went on vacation in New Orleans and ran up to the We stopped at the Walgreens, and the guy was working at a Walgreens. And when I heard his accent, I said, "You're not from New Orleans." He said, "Are you from Memphis?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm from Memphis too." I said, "I know that because I know our dialect." But hey, like I said, it's so sad. It's so sad, y'all. I've never seen anything like it before. Like, if I was to decide to not vlog on the Young Dolph case because I have other things going on. Because see, I'm gonna tell you something. Sure enough, when the Young Dolph case is already kicking back up, just like the Mo Threes case, I don't think that those guys have gone to jail or whatever. Well, they're in jail. I don't think they've had no trials or whatever. If they haven't, that Mo 3 situation is gonna kick back up, and you're gonna have a bunch of sharks flopping. They're gonna be cutting at each other. But y'all, it's a damn shame that when you're sitting somewhere speaking with investigators and stuff, and you got white investigators sniggling and smirking, looking at these damn fools on here committing crimes and stuff because they scrapping for pennies, because that's all it's about. And then saying, "Dog, don't YouTube pay like a penny per view?" It's a damn shame. Laughing at us. This what they're getting them. This is whatever it is that they're doing, a penny a view. If people will fight and plot and kill and slander over a penny a view, they'll do anything. I know it ain't no more than $1 a view. And sometimes it ain't even that. As a matter of fact, it's $1 per 1,000 view. So basically, it is a penny a view. He was right. It's a penny a view. Okay. So when people come into my chat, they talk about you trying to cover up something. Hell, everything that's been put out accurate. I'm the one that put it out. So that's what they try and do to try to discredit you. Then they wait a few days and regurgitate my shit. The reason they want to discredit me is because they don't want people to know that they come over here and get it from me, which I wouldn't even damn mind. If they had their minds right, I'd tell them, because it's a lot of shit that I can't put out. If they had their motherfucking mind right, I'd tell them so they could put it out and it'll be accurate. And I don't, hey, just, you know what? You ain't got to say nothing about me. I'm not a high school girl. So I'm not going to bicker. I like to make money. I like to make money, and I'm not going to slang dirt to do it. I don't get in the slop and throw slop. That's for pigs. But it's sad how these men so bitchified that they like to instigate stuff. Some of these men would be better off dead. I'm telling you, it's a damn shame when we know what the definition of a man is, and we see how pathetic some of these men is. They so emotional and messed up. They're so vindictive as it relates to a damn woman that ain't even studying them. That they pour at the emotions of other women, whatever jealousy, emotion, whatever insecurity they got going on, they play on that to get them to go at other women. And that's the reason why I say I'm not gonna deal. I'm not disputing. I let my lawyers do that. Nothing. Well, how come ain't nobody talking about this and that? Are y'all trying to cover it up? I wouldn't give a F about covering up nothing. If it ain't happened, it just ain't happened. And so instead of somebody saying, well, you know what, maybe it didn't happen, and recanting it, they start slinging slop, because that's what pigs do. They start throwing slop on people, right, to try to make themselves look good. And I think that it's just crazy. There's no way in the world, if something ain't happened, maybe I thought I saw it, it ain't happened. I ain't get ready to try to bring nobody down to make myself look good. These folks don't do nothing but create bad karma for themselves. Right. They create bad karma for themselves. Anytime somebody try and hire a hacker, and I appreciate y'all for consistently sending in those emails and stuff to the FBI. Lord knows I appreciate it so much. I've have a breath of fresh air. You know why? Because it's understood at this point that other people see the same thing too. Okay? And has been seeing it for the last 2 years. Because it's been people that has been here with me for 2 years. Hell, if somebody says something and they get it wrong and they go back and correct it, hey, I go, you know what? Hey, I mean, that person put it out, but they went back and corrected it. So, I mean, people make mistakes. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm going to get up on my platform and start being accusatory. I don't, that's not how I live my life. It's not how I live my life. I don't like to go back and forth with people arguing and stuff, but I'll fight. You run up on me. This is one of the reasons why I spend a lot of time by myself. Because I have triggers. I'll tell a person in a minute, do not stand up over me in an aggressive manner. I have a phobia about that. Don't stand up over me in an aggressive manner, because I'm going to kick you. right? So when somebody run up in my space, I'm gonna push them. That's just how it go. I grew up fighting. But see, I understand there are a bunch of cowards and keyboard gangsters. Hey, I can't get with that because I don't know nothing about that. But if you want to meet somewhere, let's do it. Well, bitch, leave your gun in the car. But see, you can't meet nobody nowhere. Cause they gonna bring their weapon and pull it out after you finish whooping them. She just beat me up. I ain't fighting with no man. It's gonna be a man down. I'm not fighting with you, nigga. It's gonna be a man down. Period. You are a threat to my person. I ain't got the strength of a man. I understand a lot of these men on the down low and sissies, and they feel like that they can fight with women. That's the reason why you see them on here arguing and stuff with women because they feminine. But I can't fight with you, bro. You got to go. Tell your mama to buy her that black dress, nigga. It's gonna be a man down. I'm not fighting with a man. I don't have the strength to fight with a man. I'm not equivalent to a sissified nigga. I'm gonna drop you, and that's that. And so it's sad people cannot get on here and just vlog and be left alone. Right? I see how it is. Like they see women that are strong. It's something about my strength. And even it has happened off of here, except for when I've had issues with men in the past that had issues with my strength, and I have a quiet strength. Okay. They had something to lose, so they didn't go as far as these people on here. Because see, these niggas on here ain't got nothing to lose. That's the reason why you see them go far. They used to being in jail. But what I can't understand is how some of these people that have careers, and even if they live in paycheck to paycheck, you got something to lose. You let somebody that ain't got nothing to lose, that has a history of being in and out of jail, pull you into some garbage and make you look a certain way. And that is their goal. Anytime you start sending somebody emails, you take the time out of your day to send somebody emails, y'all, just to make them so that they won't look credible. You pretty sick. See, they can't stand me because they did all that with me. They sending me emails. They even had somebody to call me. The lady called me several times. Okay, and hey, she say she real. I don't know. She say she was out there. She might was out there. I don't have no issues with that lady. But I understand, I've never repeated anything the lady said. Okay, because I understand how they work on here. They had people to send me emails and say, well, why you didn't talk about this? Why I gave you that information, why you didn't talk about it? That's the reason why when people get mad, well, how come she always talk about somebody credible? Gotta tell her you motherfucking right. It ain't gonna come through no email. And then I just regurgitated somebody that I can't see knowing how they do it on here. And that is what has made them mad. They send me all the stuff, and some of it could have been accurate. But I'm not going to get on here because, number one, I'm not going to start digging into nobody's emails. Somebody send me an email. I'm not working the Young Dolph case. Young Dolph got Memphis police investigators and the FBI. I'm not interfering in that. He got a dream team. So if somebody send me emails, if they got some vital information, I always tell them, well, look here, you need to contact Crime Stoppers. Get that to the Memphis police if that's true. I can't understand why they would contact me and want me to put it out in a vlog. If you trying to help Young Dolph and you claim that you know what you know, you got some vital information, you need to contact Crime Stoppers. I worked in Crime Stoppers for years and years. I already know that they can't know who you are. But they get mad at you because they want to make me, look a certain way too, and they couldn't. Well, put this information out. I know this. You need to get on your vlog and say that. I don't say a damn word. Okay, well, we can't get it on that. Let's go another way. And here's the thing. You got somebody that orchestrate these plays, and you got old niggas that go along with it. Okay, well, I'm gonna see if I can bait them in. That's why I say folks ain't got it's really, I've never been around those type of people. So it's really mind blowing to me that you could get people to do certain things and they be in. They want to pull you into a sector so you can, like last year, they was wanting to go against a female vlogger. The other, about a month or so ago, I got so tickled. Somebody said, we need to get rid of, we all need to team up and get rid of Stan G. We want you in on it. Do you niggas think that I'm gonna be in on trying to destroy anybody? I have a real life. I understand karma. The only time you gonna ever catch me going against anybody is when they mess with me. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cuss them out, and they keep going. I'm gonna go get a lawyer, and I'm gonna go to the police on them, especially when it's been a consistent pattern of harassment. Because see, a lot of people think they can get on here and say what they want to. When there's a consistent pattern, that's harassment. So a lot of these people know that. So that's why they start pushing it off to other people. Okay, well, you go ahead and do it because they tried it. They've been trying it so long. Now it is harassment. Okay, I got to get somebody else to do it because that obsession won't let them stop. And I guess it is very weird to me that other people do it. As much as I've had people to tell me about everybody on here, and I do mean everybody, you don't really hear me regurgitate it. Not for certain people, anyways. Some of these men, they need to be. It's a lot of stuff. Some of these men, I Lord Jesus, oh child. But I think that it's a darn shame that people cannot get on their vlog and just vlog. You got teams of people. They go into your members. You got men and steal your information and take it back to other vloggers. Now she put in her members, but you speak about it on your channel. They gonna think it came from you. Men, they so sissified. If you're a man, let me straighten this out right now. If you are a man and you running in these YouTube streets and you being an instigator and a motivator of garbage, you a sissy, nigga. You a sissy. And as much as you might be taking DICK up the ass, nigga, you still a damn dude. So you need to take them damn thongs off. Because you forget. You think that we are equivalent. No, we ain't equivalent. I was born with a JJ. So I ain't got to tape up nothing. I got that real thing. So we ain't the same. So even though you got them emotions like a little girl, we ain't the same. You might be mentally ill if you writing plays and keeping shit going in the YouTube streets. You might be mentally ill. If you sitting up hating on somebody because you feel like you're supposed to be the only one vlogging on something, you're mentally sick. Because I've heard people say, I'm the best vlogger on this young dog's case. What? What? What are you talking about? Everybody have different sources and different information. So what are you talking about? That's that crabs in a bucket mentality. That's that crabs in a bucket mentality. And as I always say, and I'm gonna cut this off, it ain't the white man that's holding us in bondage in the black community. It's us. It's us. The hate that we have for each other, the jealousy that we have for each other. If somebody come and tell me, even when I know somebody trying to steal my information, done stole it, you don't never hear me say nothing, not unless I know the person coming for me. They'll come for me first. They'll throw shots at me, and you right, I throw it back at them. Nigga, why you messing with me? You stole my information. But all of that, it takes nothing. If I get something off of somebody's page, I'll say where I got it from. You know what? I was looking at such and such page, and I got this off of their page because I don't want nobody to think that I came up with certain things myself. I was looking at their page, and that's where I got it from. But a lot of this stuff comes from wanting to take people's information. This is how I know a lot of these folks mentally ill. They want to steal people's information, and they scared that the person gonna call them out, so they have to discredit them when all they got to say is, look here, I got this off of Real Talk with Tamara page. I got this off of Player Code's page. I was in the bushes and I heard this. Instead, what they'll do is they'll say, my subscriber told me, motherfucking well that your subscriber got it from another page. Why don't you ask your subscriber where you got it from? That's why I ask people when they bring me stuff, where you get that from? Oh, I got it from off of such and such page. There's certain pages they tell me they got it off of. I say, oh, okay. Because I already know it ain't right. If it come from certain vloggers, I already know it ain't credible. Okay. I go, oh, okay. But dog, it's something going on with our people. It really is. Like I said, for me, I get into it with somebody, I cuss them out, and I'm gonna go on. But when you're dealing with people that ain't got nothing to lose, they don't know how to go on because number one, they slick got some type of obsession with you. And so they start getting into everybody's ear. That's why you hear, I've heard some of these male vloggers brag about how they do dirt, and it's gonna be hard to get them because they got too many people doing dirt for them. You gotta go through all them, which means all them gonna go down, all them simps gonna go down before you can touch me. I go, dog, and it mostly be women. I'm like, what where are we at in this lifetime where women are gladly allowing men to send them over the edge? When I can remember when women would start arguing and fighting, you had real men trying to diffuse it. Immediately try to diffuse it. Oh man, y'all, come on now, don't do that. But instead, now, if you see women get into a physical fight, it could be two sisters. You're gonna have men pulling out their phones trying to record it instead of trying to break them up. This is how sissified these niggas are. And then they'll sit up. This is one of the reasons why I just can't go back and forth with people, because I got word that a male vlogger was laughing, talking about, yeah, I'm the women going at it. That's the women, they going at it, laughing about it. I don't get down like that. So these men so sissified, they get a hard. They ought to be trying to get a hard looking at a woman, but instead they get a hard on seeing destruction because they don't like women. Number one, a lot of that comes from the fact of them slick being mad that they ain't got no vagina. Okay, they ain't got no vagina, and you could tell an old sissy nigga. They'll start sending emails and lying like you screwing everybody, nigga. That I ain't never in my life seen so many people be worried about other folks' vaginas. I've seen it on here. I see it all the time with folks about, such and such sleeping with such and such. I have to worry about my own vagina. I'm celibate, so I told y'all I had sex with 7 men. I can't wait to get in the bed with number 8 when I meet the right one. Some of these folks need to get them some dick. It's good when you can get you some good dick because I've experienced it. So ain't nobody gonna ever make me feel shame. I want me some dick, some good dick. Okay, and he'll be number 8. Okay. But you could tell when a man is involved, what they want to do is annihilate a woman. The first thing they do is start putting out lies. She done slept with all these people, this, and that. That'd be a man. That's a man because they slick obsessed with you. Right? They already know you'll never look at them. She gained weight, she fat, that ass be right too. I promise you. Okay, it be right. So it comes from that, because ain't no man, especially no real man, got no business instigating no types of beef between no women. Most real men don't have time for stuff like that. They got to be somewhere trying to get some money. They got to be somewhere trying to get some money. And so when people ask me, are you mad at such and such? It ain't but a few type of people that I be mad at. If I get into it and go back and forth with somebody, and I ain't gonna go back and forth with them for long, I'll cuss them out, and then I'm through with it. And then I might not even be mad at them long later on, but I ain't gonna fool with them. But if you ever violate me, and I know you're in the background doing some stuff like hiring hackers, sending people to my page to threaten me, consistently having a history of hiring people to delete my subscribers, no, bitch, we can't never rock, because you're a dangerous type of jealous. You're a dangerous type. Okay. And so that's the issue with a lot of these men. They hear me on here talking about how good it is to be in bed with the right man. They mad because they have to hide it. Listen, we living in a world today where people can it's open. They can be open with what they want to be with. Instead of being in the closet, they need to come out the closet. They mad at me because I say I want to lay up with a hard leg. And they want to lay up with one too, but they gotta hide it. So what they want to do is they hate women, and some of these women better be very, very careful, because I know when men don't like women, when they have a disdain for women. Okay. And so what they do is they try to push women to the limit, to do the very ultimate, and they end up ruining their lives. So that's why I don't rock like that. I don't. Who Tamara thinks she is? She be talking about she got that citrus. I sure do. I listen. I went about. I ordered that citrus, and I ordered so many of them. It was ridiculous. And you can order you some of that citrus too. The only difference is I truly have a vagina, and the man don't. And that's what makes them mad. And a lot of these women don't understand when these men sending them out and stuff, they mad at them because they was born with something that they weren't born with. I can't help because I'm a woman. And I love every moment of it because I'm very feminine. I like all things girly. So that's why it makes me mad to have to get on here and defend myself against men for 2 years. That's the reason why I'm going after everybody around their camp. They're gonna either drop off and stop being sent out, or it's gonna be some consequences. Because a lot of these folks don't have anything to lose. They'll say, I ain't got nothing to go back to. This gotta work. So I'll do anything to make it work. But how can you say you'll do anything to make YouTube work and you're doing things illegal when you already know it ain't gonna work out? When you don't do it right, it don't work out. And so that's why I have to I try to be very meticulous about what I do. Because y'all, I could have done did some real low down stuff. But I understand, even when I was thinking about it, I found out some stuff. And I promise you, I was gonna do some real mean stuff. And my mama said, why are you creating that bad karma for yourself? Don't you know it's gonna come back to you if you do it? You already went and spent I don't know how much money on the lawyer. Let them folks do their job. You stop feeling like you need to do everything. Teresa, what does 7 stand for? Because I be want to know what 7 stand for. Okay. Hold on. What y'all gotta understand is I'm real paranoid about stuff. I get to thinking, it's some kind of signals or something like that. That's why I get to looking at okay, what's going on. Oh, okay, a numbers game. Okay. I forgot about that. But like I said, it ain't no reason. Like I love looking at other channels, and I'm gonna get into talking who's pushing the beef in Memphis. But I love looking at other channels, and I like to quietly and secretly support other people. It's so sad that there are two guys that I be looking at all the time. Like when I have time, I tune into them. There are other channels. Like I love the cooking channels. I send that the way to support people is to send them cash apps. And that's a lot of what I do. You don't hear me talk about it, but that's what I do because I understand that's what you have to do to support channels. It would make me happy. Like when I first started vlogging on the Young Dogs case, and I started seeing other like channels, especially other women. I thought, that it would be so good to have a camaraderie and we all vlog on the Young Dogs case. And, I started seeing that everybody kind of had a difference of opinion. I was like, wow, well, hey, I can't, because at first I was like, wow, and then I thought about it, I was like, well, I can't control what people put on their page. See, that's what sane people do. I was like, that's their channel. You can't control what a person put on their channel. So it just has to be some type of mutual respect, and people vlog and say whatever they want to say on their channels, and you just go on with life, right? And that's what I learned to do. But then I started seeing how grimy so many people were. Anytime you start trying to put a hit on somebody because you want to be the only person putting out certain content, you would do anything. I promise you. You ain't even to be trusted with even your own closest family members because your mind is very twisted. Okay. But anyways, y'all, I was thinking about that today. I was like, dog, it don't make no sense just how crazy things are, and how people when they can't take you down, they start trying to solicit other people, and it's men that be in the background on here working just as hard. They be on here working to take you down, and a lot of them don't even have vlogs. But I mean, I understand, like, the hackers are paid to hack. some people are paid to help with, I guess, the optimization, but they ain't doing it right. Because if you go to some of these white people that and others, or in any sane black people, they got to be sane though, that know how to keep your videos. There are other ways to keep your videos in the algorithm, rather than other than putting hits on people, trying to defame somebody's character or trying to take down another black person. That's a sorry way to keep your video in the algorithm. And I refuse to do it. I can't do it. I'm sorry. So I guess that's why, somebody was telling me today that somebody supposedly, somebody has said that I think I'm better than anybody else. I ain't never in my life thought I was better than nobody else. Because I refuse to get on here and throw slop, I feel like I'm better. I'm not going to get on here and throw slop to keep my video on the algorithm. I'm not going to throw slop at another vlogger. I'm not going to do it. I can't do it like that. Okay. Anyway, y'all, let's talk about Cypress. Is Cypress on here? Cypress. Somebody what started me to go in that direction. Thank you, Antico. Cypress, I tried to send you a message on Facebook. Somebody done went into your Facebook and blocked me from sending you messages. I can't even send. They don't. I've been told Cypress they had him hacked. Y'all, it says I can't send him no message. I'm blocked. They blocked me. Hey Harold, I ain't seen you on here in a long time. Just know that you are protected and loved, and I'm always praying and asking God to help you and watch over you, because I love you and I love you too. Thank you so much, Harold. It makes me so happy when I see people who come, that I haven't seen in a long time, that was on here when I first started coming on. Wow. Cypress, change your Facebook password and go into your block messages, your block people, and unblock me, because I'm blocked. I tried to send you a message. That's what made me go into talking about this, because I know Cypress ain't blocked me. They got him hacked and they went in there and blocked me so that I couldn't send him no messages. You know what? I be thinking about Harold all the time. And this is how I know you have to pray. Harold is a testimony. Harold was shot. I believe Harold was shot. Harold was very dedicated. Every time I came on the live, he came on. He used to always be up on my panel. And I remember one of the last times Harold had put him in the chat. This is why I say you have to always stay prayed up. Harold put into the chat, T, drop the link for me. I dropped the link for Harold, and Harold didn't. Dima is not. I hadn't seen her in here tonight. She probably getting ready for work. She'll probably pop in about an hour or so when she gets to work. And so Harold was like, drop the link. So we dropped the link, and me and Dima and some more people was up here on the panel. It was like, dog, I thought Harold said he was coming up. He never clicked the link, right? So a few days later, like a week maybe, we was like, dog, we wonder what happened to Harold. He said the last thing he said was drop the link, and we ain't heard from him no more. As soon as Harold had said drop the link, Harold he got shot. He got shot. And so his girlfriend came into the chat and was like, Harold wanted me to tell you all that last week he had gotten shot. And when he finally came back on, he was like, when he told me to drop the link, somebody, I believe Harold, then somebody tried to rob him and shot him. I mean, just in that instant. And so I'm happy that he recovered and all of that. But that's why I say things can change instantly. That's the reason why you have to always stay prayed up and stuff. And so life is too short to be, going back and forwards. And I ain't gonna let nobody violate me. If as far as the violations, it's stuck. It's up there. You can't hack me and violate my privacy and all of that and think that nothing is gonna happen. And then, I believe what Torshi said. And Torshi ain't had no issues with me saying it. And then what they did was, after Torshi told me that she said that this vlogger, and I'm going to reiterate it again, she said he was telling me bad things about you. The thing about it is Torshi is from around the Memphis area. So she was looking at my TV show, her and her mother, before I even got on YouTube. So she said, T, I always like you. He was telling me many bad things about you. It started to hurt my feelings. She said he was I said, why would I ever say anything bad about you? Especially to him. Because I never talked to him, never will. He tried to push that girl to do something to me. This is how sadistic people are on here. But I'm so glad that God touched her heart, and she decided, because she had already been looking at me on TV and had a respect for my vlog, she decided to break the wall and reach out to me on Facebook and talk to me about it. And when we finally talked about it, I said I would never lie to the girl like I was doing all types of bad stuff to her behind her back. Lied to the girl like I was calling. Oh my God. Just a whole lot of evil stuff. A person I ain't never even talked to in my life. But I'm so glad that God touched her heart to reach out to me instead of allowing this person to send her over the edge to do something to me. She said he would say, ding dong, the witch is dead. That means it's a killer. What kind of sadistic situation that we got going on here? And it's been 2 years and they still doing the same things. People want to be the top to vlog about young Dolph so bad that they'll kill somebody. They'll try to solicit somebody to kill somebody. Because let me just say this, and this will be my segue into talking about this Memphis stuff. Okay. Ain't nobody on YouTube gonna be able to solve the young Dolph's case because it's already solved. And it was solved by the Memphis investigators and the FBI. Well, why they ain't really arrested all of them? Because they don't arrest people at the request of the public. They arrest them according to the laws and what can hold up in court. That would make them lunatics if they did it the way the public want them to do it. And so, hell, even when I get exclusive information, I ain't taking credit for solving the young Dolph's case, because if I get some exclusive information, it's because the police already know about it. So it ain't me solving the case. I got sense enough to know that I'm not the one that solved young Dolph's case, because I ain't never worked it. I don't know anything about those witnesses that they got put up real good. I don't know nothing about them and don't want to know. And so that's one of the reasons why you always hear me on here saying, don't mention no witnesses on here, because I know they be up on this channel. I thought they had stopped watching me. I had gotten some exclusive information one time, and I got ready to go into my members. My members can attest to this. And I was getting ready, Lord knows I was getting ready to tell it. I was so happy I was getting ready to let it out. I said, meet me in the platinum. I got a phone call, ring. What you get ready to do? I said, I'm getting ready to go into my members. They said, don't put that out yet. Don't put it out there yet. That'll be too premature. That could end up being ugly. Don't do that. I said, okay, I won't put it out. And then I canceled my members for that night. I'm gonna put it out though when the time is right. But guess what? It ain't nothing that the police don't know. Because the police the one that told me. So when people sitting up talking about they know this, and that, it is because of the work of the investigators that has already been work that has worked in the case. Okay. I can't tell y'all nothing that they don't already know. And I think that's the problem with a lot of these damn fools that's been put on here to try and steer a narrative or to try and intimidate other vloggers and to find witnesses and stuff. It has not registered. They so happy to have a bunch of simps around them that don't have a brain to send them out to do whatever they want to do. One thing about a narcissist and a manipulator, they get people around them that are weak-minded. And if it's a man, they prefer a woman. They prefer women because they feel like if they can get a real mentally ill woman or unstable woman, they'll go jump over a bridge for them. And so even still, even with all the violations that have been done against me with some of these women on here, I still as a woman, right? It still does something to me as a woman to see another sister allowing these men to send them out like they do, because I see that they are only using them. What's up? Rest in peace, young doll. Do they know that they have evidence in order to arrest the ones they have, like Govan, Straight Drop, Cornelius, Jamarcus, Trayon, Devin, and some more? And it's some more. It's another guy. It's a guy in Gotti's number camp right now that I was told 2 years ago that he was going to be indicted. He ain't been indicted yet, but I asked again, and they said he is going to be indicted. Gotti them might know by now. Hell, it's been 2 years. I've heard his name be mentioned maybe twice, but people weren't mentioning his name, talking about no indictments or nothing. Hell, they were just talking about he worked with CMG. But anyways, you guys, let's talk about who is pushing beef in Memphis and why. Will it take more bodies to drop before it stops, right? And so one of the reasons that I want to talk about that, I know I got into talking about all that other stuff, but I got mad because I already know it's one of them sissies that hacked Cypress and blocked me. They got me blocked on his. When they hacked him because they got his phone hacked. Okay, they got his phone hacked, and they blocked me on Facebook. I just tried to send him a message, and it said you can't send him no messages. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all something, and y'all know I'm gonna be for real. I don't listen. Vato name has come up in a whole lot of stuff, but I ain't never heard nobody say Vato. I ain't heard Vato's name as far as this, the assassination of Young Dolph. I don't think I've heard his name. I'm talking about from nobody within the police department, but it don't mean nothing. But y'all know I'm gonna tell the truth. But I ain't heard Vato's name. God up in heavens. No, it's the truth. I have not heard his name. Um, I've heard, you know. Thank you for the cash app. New to you. I mean, ZK. They said they hacked him last night. Cypress, you need to get you another phone and you need to put you a VPN on your phone. Anyways, y'all, we're gonna talk about because I got so sidetracked. We're gonna talk about who is pushing beef in Memphis and why. Will it take more bodies to drop before it stops? Right. I get to thinking about like all of the talent that's in Memphis. I always talk about that, even though when I get mad and I start cussing them out and stuff, it still don't take away from the fact that it's a lot of talent in Memphis, right? All these young men, the majority of them are talented, which is why so many people are looking in on Memphis. But it seems like that it is conducive to something, someone for these young men to be beefing, right? Um, I always talk about I like what Young Dolph was doing as far as the independent situation. And so then I got to thinking about some stuff. And rest in peace, Young Dolph says, Miss T, you already know what's going. Let's be real. And rest in peace, Young Dolph said, don't ain't cause this dude did wanted to be over everyone. And so that sounds about right as far as him wanting to be over everyone. But I think I think initially that's what he wanted, right? I think Gotti had wanted to be over everyone in Memphis, but I think something even as sinister as Gotti is going on as far as pushing this beef and stuff. And so I'm so happy that Daddy O and them and Young Dolph and them. I don't know what they the legalities and what they have as far as like their artists, but I do know that they're not a part of the mainstream industry, right? They're not really a part of the mainstream industry. They push independence, right? And the good thing about it is I think the thing that saves Key Glock and all of them is the fact that so many people see. I could never hate on other people blogging on Memphis because I've always said that I feel like it's a good thing that other people have taken a interest in Memphis. The only downfall to the interest that has been taken in Memphis is that quite a few people are not doing it for the right reasons as far as the vlogging, right? When you just start putting out any and everything for some money, you ain't doing it for the right reasons, right? And that's consistently creating a bad energy, I feel like, in the atmosphere, right? And so I think what has saved Key Glock in them is that the industry sees, although they some devils for real, um, that people got their eyes on what's going on. I don't think it's a coincidence. It's the way it's supposed to be, that God has allowed so many people to actually take an interest in the Young Dolph situation. There have been other thank you, Tommy. There have been other vloggers and stuff. I mean, there have been other celebrities and stuff to lose their lives and things of that nature. And people vlog on it, but they go right back to the Young Dolph's case, the sensation, the fascination. And I don't think that's by mistake, right? That's the way that it's supposed to be. I do know when there's a lot of attention on the situation. I worked for the police department forever. And when you keep the right type of attention on a situation, it helps, or it makes them work harder at getting justice for the person. See, I said that from the very start when people was lying on me talking about they don't want nobody vlogging on Memphis. You a damn lie. I always said the more people, the better, but they need to do it right and just not make up lies just for views, because that's asinine. That's if you really want justice for somebody, right? But I think that's one of the things that has saved his artist. But I get to thinking about all of these young boys, these other young men that are being signed. And I don't want to be accusatory, but y'all know I got to be honest. When you start seeing these dudes that are affiliates of certain labels and they start creating their own labels and stuff, but they're still affiliated with the main label, you have to be very careful about that, because I think it's sad that it's seeming to me that a lot of black label heads are, in order to get their labels off of the ground and get money into money for their labels. They're signing a lot of these black dudes now, because I gotta call it out. They're signing a lot of these young dudes, y'all, and they are signing them. You notice they signed them because it's more talented guys out there than gang members. Okay, it's a lot of talent out there, and they are not affiliated with any beef. But it seems like if they are not involved in any beefs, they don't really want to sign them. So it appears to me that some of these labels are taking on the energy of what the record execs have done for many, many years. And that has come up off of the backs of destroying black people, right? They did it with these insurance policies. And now a lot of these labels, right, that are starting to sprout up, you know, like the finesse two times labels and all of those little labels and stuff, they're starting to sprout up. And I believe that they're taking on that same energy, because what they do is they go in the trenches, which would be good to go into the trenches and sign these little dudes. I would love it if they went into the trenches, they signed them, they took them out of the street and let them know we're gonna make money. You can't be beefing. You got to have the right people around you, because you can't bring that type of negativity to my label. We're gonna get some money, and you choose the right dudes who got their head on straight that want to get money with you, and that's who we're gonna roll with. But they're not doing that. Or go and into the suburban areas, or whatever, or go in the hood and get somebody that ain't in no gang, that ain't really beefing with nobody, that could rap. But it seems like they gotta be out there really crashing out for some of these labels to sign them. Oh, okay. Thank you, Diane, for the cash out. They really want them to crash out because they able to get those insurance policies. And I think these little dudes need to understand that, when they start, somebody was telling me now, when the record companies, when they started signing them, not only do they put those big insurance policies on them, they also have to make them the power of attorney or something if something happens. So not only are they hijacking them, they want to make sure that they family can't sue for nothing or get nothing if something happens to them. And so I think these young men need to get smart, but it's definitely a lot of talent in Memphis. And we know that a lot of the, as I always say, energy was created, right, when young Dolph was unfortunately taken out. And it was like a demonic situation was released into the atmosphere. Okay. A demonic situation was released into the atmosphere. And as I always say, going back to that day, it was an earthquake, right? It was a real earthquake. And there were a lot of people that was sad. There were a lot of people and stuff that was out there. It was almost, just like really unbelievable, because everybody was trying to understand. Everybody already knew where it came from now. Everybody in Memphis already knew where it came from. And so me with my little naive tale, when I started, there were a few vloggers that I initially started listening to, and Coat Figure was one of the ones that I listened to. He was one of the ones. There was another, female vlogger that I listened to, because I was like, dog, because I was looking at so many other vloggers, and I didn't know at the time that they actually put that stuff out there into the atmosphere so that they can, because they want to create a narrative. They was talking about Young Dolph's artist was involved. Thank you, J Rail, for becoming a member. They was talking about Young Dolph's artists were involved, and I was like, dog, no, that's not it. I'm new to all of this vlogging. Even though I'd had my channel for a long time, I would upload stuff sometimes. But I was really new to it. I was like, no, that's not it. Like, everybody already knew where it came from. And so when I started seeing people like Coat Figure and a few other vloggers, that understood that Young Dolph's artists were not involved in where it came from, it attracted me to those particular channels to even support them, right? And so, now almost 3 years later, I understand now, for a lot of people, it's not about putting out accurate information. It's about putting out information. It's just about putting out anything that is going to bring views, right? Because the truth of the matter is, nobody on YouTube can solve the case. But I think it would be a good thing if people put out accurate information, to show respect to Young Dolph's family, right? To show respect to his family. But I understand now that, everybody, people don't, everybody don't think alike. Hey, I can't make people think like I think or whatever. So, just do your thing, right? That's one of the reasons why I peeled back, and I was like, I'm just gonna stand alone. Those vloggers that's worthy of being supported, I can independently support them, but I'm not get ready to be in those sectors. I'm not get ready to click up, because I don't want to feel pressure to try, when they go after somebody. I don't want to be clicked up to be going feeling like I need to go after that person, because that's not how I live my life, right? That's not how I live. But so you know but getting back to Young Dolph and them, everybody already knew where it came from, right? But it seems like now we're starting to see all of these labels and stuff sprout up, and I think it's so sad, because even thinking about Glorilla, people talk about Glorilla has done some things and said some things that I don't particularly care for, right? Just being a silly young girl. But I refuse to get on my platform and um um talk real bad about Glorilla. When she was doing some stuff and saying some stuff, when she was sitting up talking about some crazy stuff one while, I was like, Glorilla, you young, you need to go ahead and just be quiet and go on, keep rapping, okay? Because she was saying some things that was really making her look bad and ignorant. Okay, but I didn't get on my platform and annihilate her, because she's a fellow Memphian, and being from Memphian, Glorilla is younger than my daughters. She's younger than my daughters, so I know where she came from. She came from the straight bottom. So I wanted to see Glorilla do well. I understood, though, that they didn't sign Glorilla for the right reason. They signed her because they wanted to hijack that song just like they did. And so I hate Glorilla could have ate off of that phrase forever. I hate that she didn't know business. I hate that it was another Memphian, Yo Gotti, who instead of showing her the game and teaching her, he was the one that basically done hijacked her. She don't know it now, but she gonna know it later, right? So you don't hear me really talk real bad about Glorilla, because overall, I be wanting to see anybody, whether they in Memphis or not, do well. But even if you're a Memphian and you don't do it right, I'm going to talk about you. Hell, who better to do it than me? Because I know where a lot of these dudes come from, like Moneybag, and them Moneybag come from up there in South Memphis and shit. I grew up in South Memphis, so I know the type of bad living. And so it's very disappointing to me that a lot of these dudes could get together because of their jealousy. North Memphis is the damn bottom too, but shout out to North Memphis, because I know it's a lot of poverty in North Memphis, just like South Memphis. I grew up in the bottom in Clementine, hell. the straight up projects hoods where it was rats running everywhere out in the yards. Okay, so it's very disappointing when you see other Memphians team up, right? And some of them weren't Memphians. Okay, so they couldn't care about young Dolph being born and raised in Memphis and getting it out of the mud. You know, they see a bunch of young dudes who are already still wet behind the ear that ain't got no sense of nothing. All they know is they want to be famous. They can pay them. They're already messed up in the head. They can pay them to go out and mess their lives up and mess young Dolph's life up, because about a couple of them probably weren't even from Memphis. Y'all probably gonna see that in the end. The majority of them were from Memphis here, but it's probably about um one that ain't from Memphis. Okay. Cordero says, I wouldn't let my daughter listen to Glow because of the stuff she says, but I still support her. She a hard-working, beautiful woman from Memphis. Yeah, you can say she's hard-working. I don't really listen to her stuff like that, but hey, I wish the young lady the best. Cypress said North. Purnell says they all that beefing should took their money and did what Dolph was doing. The government was not doing it. They too busy running from the police and stealing and corruption. See what's going on in Haiti. And Rose 101 likes. Y'all make sure you guys hit the like button. But y'all, why is all of this beefing going on? Is it gonna take more body strapping? As much as I want justice for young Dolph, yeah, I didn't like it about Big Juk being killed. I did not like that. And I'm gonna tell you what pulled at my heartstrings. I don't know your goddess mother. I've never in my life ran into her or nothing. Okay. Um, I've never in my life ran into her in Memphis. What you know what? Yes, I have. I seen your goddess mother. She this has been years ago, so I'm sure she got another car. She had a Tahoe truck. Okay. And this has been about 10 years ago. I went to this young lady named Chandra to get a ponytail, and I ain't wear a ponytail. It might have been 15 years ago. And she I don't know if she still go to her, but she was going to her too. And I was parked out in Chandra's I was out in the parking lot, because Chandra's beauty shop is she got made the house into a beauty shop. And my car was kind of parked out as she was pulling in, and she let her window down and said, could you just back up a little bit? I'm trying to get through. And I was misunderstanding what she was saying. I was like, oh, okay, I'm getting ready to go. She said, no, I'm not saying leave. Just if you can back a little bit. I'm trying to get through. She was on a big Tahoe truck there. That's the first and only time I've ever seen that lady. And that's been about 15 years ago. And hell, I didn't know she was your goddess mama until when I got in there. They were saying that that's your goddess mama. I didn't know who she was. Cleburne Homes was the worst part of growing up for me. Orange Mound was better. Yeah, Orange Mound. It's still a lot of older people over in Orange Mound. They need to, I I like the community in Orange Man. I don't like all of this killing and stuff going on. These little twerps growing up, and they're making it, because it's still a lot of older people. Like Orange Mound is one of those first communities when Black people in Memphis were able to start buying them nicer homes and stuff, right? And you got these damn twerps growing up and making it extremely dangerous. Okay, I don't like the way they stopped fixing, it up and stuff. I ain't gonna lie, Juk was a stepper. I don't know why he was playing them types of games, dropping his low, leaving, playing like it's a game. Yeah, he was definitely a stepper. Everybody know that. He was a stepper for sure. Well, he dropped bags. Allegedly. He always been, they say, been doing it for years, dropping bags. Um Diane says, rest in peace, young Dolph. Nothing but the truth. You got a gangster dictionary on you. Tell them how the mound, the route, shit now. Them boys better stay out that mound. Yeah, I won't. I don't recommend nobody going over to, like, it has gotten so bad in Orange Mound. I ain't took no cases from the district attorney's office in a while because I I can't be stressed out like that. I was stressed out last summer. A sister was stressed all the way until about December. Hell, I was forgetting my name. I was so stressed out. But I was having to be over there in Orange Mound going and looking. I can't do it no more. I don't know why they would give me them damn cases, anyways. Um, I have issues with that, but I'm gonna have to tell God about it. You get a black girl, the case is to go in Orange Mound and search for folks and question folks. The good thing about it was I was not scared to go in Orange Mound. Okay. I always use my safety precautions. I call the Southeast Precinct and tell them I'm getting ready to go be on the street on Orange Mound. And I'm gonna be on Orange Mound on the street. Can y'all send a car to sit out there and wait on me to come on back at the house? And that's what I would do, and we would be deep. But that's why I said, why they give me the damn areas at Orange Mountain, send the white investigators out in Germantown or somewhere to get statements and stuff. I see how that worked, but it was all good because the way God fixed it, everybody that I went and talked to, they wanted to talk to me. They didn't have no issues with me. We end up laughing and some more stuff, and it was it turned out to be all good. See, that's how God does things. Go to Gotti, get the hold on. Go to Gotti, get the pape. Go to the hood, Gotti. You ain't never did what Juk did, and y'all know who I rock with, but that man ain't right. Having Juk do all the dirty work. I'm gonna tell y'all what somebody has said to me that I was talking to, and I told y'all my cousins and stuff. You know, back in the day, they they used to hang with Gotti and them in the club. Yeah, see, that's how I know how real street dudes are because they some real street dudes. They don't do what the so-called street dudes on here do. Okay, they have a different type of mentality, right? They ain't trying to put hits on women because they want to be the top vlog. They just don't have that type of mentality. But anyways, somebody had said to me that when I talked to them, it's like, it's sad because in South Memphis, Dolph was such a giver. And even though people couldn't stand Juk, Juk was the better person than his brother because Juk was more of a giver. Even though he was an instigator, he was a stepper and all of that. In North Memphis, he was a giver. That's why those people in North Memphis liked him so much. See, I didn't grow up in North Memphis, so I don't know anything about it. And so I never got mad at Player Cole and them for having a relationship with Juk. They ain't supposed to be act brand new just because they get on here. They grew up around Juk from little boys and stuff. They supposed to get on here to a bunch of vloggers that they don't know anything about and act brand new. No, they grew up in North Memphis around them folks. Me and Player Cole talk on outside of here. Player Cole always told me from day one how Juk took care of them and had been doing it. When them folks was being killed over there, Juk was paying for their funerals and stuff. Them folks gonna have loyalty to them people. Why would he get on here and be disloyal like a lot of these folks? Hell, I hate that happened to Juk, but I mean, I hate it happened to him, but I didn't have no relationship with Juk, right? I ain't had no relationship with him. But why would I be mad at him for getting on here and saying I have this dog, this man, when little dudes and stuff in the hood was hit up they went to Juk to pay for them funerals. I hope Juk wasn't the one that was making them be chopped up and hit up, but he didn't say that. So I ain't gonna put that into the atmosphere, but that's what was going through my mind though. But I ain't say nothing. But that's their relationship. I grew up in South Memphis. I seen Young Dolph one time in the Debo's chicken hot wing shop, and he paid for all our food because he was promoting his CDs. He walked up to me and said, "Hey, little mama, can I ask you something? Can you do me a favor?" And I was saying to myself, "Little mama," I said, "Yeah." He said, "Can I pay for your food?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "All you got to do is take my CD and listen to my CD. That's all you got to do." And he paid for the food. The next person that came in, he did the same shit. He was sitting in the damn Debo's eating. Everybody that came in, that's what he did. Listen to my album. I'm gonna pay for their food. Take his money out, pay for the food. Just listen to my album. That's like a promoting genius. Because even if you don't listen to rap, you're gonna want to listen to his music. Then you might listen to one song. Okay. And so I've always been honest about it. I was like, dog, I didn't really know a whole lot about him, but I thought about that. And that's what gave me an interest to go back. And I was like, dog, that's that guy. Like, I remember that. He was in, I forget what kind of car he was in. He wasn't in no army cars or nothing. He was in another type of little car. But I was like, dog, and that's really what made me want to go back and really listen to him. The same way with Rich Lord. I have so many regrets about not interviewing Rich Lord. Rich Lord reached out to me. And I had no idea that Rich Lord was my cousin, his brother be him, his brother run be at my auntie's house, run his brother, he used to be a real stepper. Um, but his brother be hanging with my cousins and stuff. And I remember when I started doing research on it, it bothered me so bad because I didn't even know he had been killed until Player Cole got on here and said it. And when I looked at his picture, I said, "That's that guy. He was my Facebook friend." And I was so green. He used to be on his Facebook page because he had reached out to me and was like, asked me if I could give him if I could interview him. He wanted to come on to my TV show, and I started looking at his stuff for a minute. And at first I thought about it because I was so green. He would say, "Giving all praises to the Almighty," and I thought he was talking about God. Hell, I didn't know he was talking about some Vice Lord stuff. And I was like, okay, well, maybe in the beginning, I was like, okay, well, maybe I could interview him. He seemed to be godly. He seemed to have a God foundation. And I started watching him. I started seeing a whole lot of dudes saying the same thing, giving praises to the Almighty. And I was like, dog, even though these are street dudes, they're giving praises to God. And then I started watching it a little bit more. I was like, it's something weird about this. And I started realizing, I read his description on Facebook, and he was like Vice Lord chief or something he had. I said, "Oh my God, this Negro is a gang member." I deleted him off of my I deleted him, and I really regret that because when I went back and started doing research on Rich Lord, I saw that he ended up going to another production company and getting an interview. He was very well spoken. He had a full scholarship to Christian Brothers, which is a almost like an Ivy League school. Like that's a private college, and he had a full scholarship. He was highly intelligent. He went a different route. And when I reached out to my cousin when I was doing research on him, I said, "Reggie, do you know Rich Lord?" He was like, "Yeah, I raised him." I said, "Oh my God, oh child, he didn't stand a chance." But I started, he was like, that's what, I'm not gonna say his brother's name. Everybody probably know. I was like, wow, his older brother be hanging out with my cousin and stuff. And so just looking at his interviews, I was like, dog, I wish, but I was working for the police department. The first thing I thought about was I can't have no gang members on my TV show throwing up gang signs, getting me in trouble with my lieutenants and stuff. I can't do that. But when looking at his interviews, he was well spoken, he was well composed, and all he was really trying to do was get his foot in, and he was spending his own money trying to get himself out there. And I really have a lot of regrets about not interviewing him. I really do. They call us all gang members or a crew more than 5 blacks in one area together. Oh Lord, player coach said the body, Lord, business Juk stood. Oh Lord, whatever. Um, Young Dog says, and Rich Lord was supposed to got turned up, but these niggas lame and ain't putting their partners or giving them. One of Rich Lord used to be on Twitter quite a bit. As a matter of fact, his Twitter is still well, a couple years ago, his Twitter was still up. One of Rich Lord's last posts was Rich Lord was highly intelligent. Player Cole and them knew him very well too. They said he taught himself how to speak Arabic, and you listen to some of his music. He is speaking Arabic. He taught himself Arabic. He in his interviews he talked about how he loved to read about our culture and stuff like that. But like I said, he had a full scholarship to Christian Brothers. He decided not to go. I wish he had went because he was highly intelligent. Somebody was saying in the comments that one of the comments that they went to Bishop Burns with him. He always went to private schools, so he was very smart. I just hate that he went another route. But if you think about what he was doing, even though he was in a gang, I think he started that Rich Lord stuff. What he was trying to do was start a movement, and I think he had the right idea, but it's probably some people got jealous of him, where he started pushing the Rich Lord movement, where it wasn't so much about gangs being against each other. It was about black people pushing black unity or something. Even though I know he wasn't innocent, he was still out in the streets, but I think he was trying to get out of the streets. He was really intelligent enough to do it. And if he had kept pushing that Rich Lord situation where they was selling shirts, um they had a group of people within their situation. If the girls had event planning companies, they always did business within their little group first. I think he had the right idea. I think they just kind of got jealous of him and took him out. Big Meech on his way home. I saw that. They said Big Meech is on his way home. Street politics, you know what's going on though, bruh. He went to college for a little minute. Oh, he did. He went to college for a little minute. Emerald says, I see Avato in action now all over the place and hanging out, posting. Don't he have to speak to Kiwan on why he had that interesting conversation with the police? I don't know. Yeah, I think a lot of this stuff is gonna be interesting. I honestly, I don't think I've heard Vato's name, but it don't mean nothing. It sure don't mean nothing. I promise you it don't. Honestly, even though nobody has said anything about him to me, I don't see him not having a participation. I don't see it, but I have not. I'm not gonna lie on him. I haven't heard his name. Other than the stuff that he's done in the past to Young Dolph. But as far as like indictments, I hadn't heard about those name. But it don't mean nothing. Cause it just don't. Open the vault for tonight. Yeah, player Cole and them be holding back. For some reason, they were the ones that, hung around, got in them. They be trying to hold back. I guess they don't be wanting to tell everything, I guess. I don't know. You guys, make sure y'all hit the like button. Um, Cole and Act walking around with two encyclopedias. They loaded. If he get a bigger chain, he been putting some work in. Oh, Vato. How old is Vato? And he looked like he way over in his 40s. He ought to be trying to sit his old ass down somewhere before some of these young boys sit him down. He ought to be ashamed of himself. They all really ought to be ashamed of themselves. A lot of this stuff did not even have to happen. I can't understand for the life of me, why it happened. Okay, when people start saying, "Well, you don't know half of it," I don't need to know half of it. I just know that it was not necessary for them to go over there and kill that boy. It wasn't necessary. It ain't nothing young Dolph could have did to them, if he was a threat to them. That's the only way. But he was not a threat to them. All he was doing was walking into the cookie shop. But they looked at him as being a threat the other way. God in them know that they was wrong. And I know people don't be wanting to Vato 50. Jesus Christ. And he acted, ooh, see, that's embarrassing. People don't be wanting to talk about Gotti, but all of this stuff transpired because Gotti wanted it to happen. It never would have happened if Gotti had not wanted it to happen. We got to be real about it. Yeah, they could have both made money. Listen, I'm born and raised in Memphis. And I'm not exaggerating. I'm not doing this for Facebook or YouTube. Ain't nobody ever considered Gotti the king of Memphis. Yeah, there are a lot of Memphians that supported Gotti. They was proud of Gotti. But ain't nobody never considered him the king of Memphis. Nobody ever said Gotti was the king of Memphis. I'm trying to figure out where all this shit come from. A bunch of old ass niggas acting like some just crazy, emotionally unstable and pathetic. They could have left that boy alone. They should have just left him alone. Instead, they've created all of this bad energy for their very own city. That's exactly what they did. And you could tell Gotti ain't got no remorse about what he did. When he did that interview back in December with Forbes, he ain't got no remorse. He didn't have none then. Mm-hmm. Y'all make sure you guys hit the like button. Heartless ain't no feeling with the game. Yeah, you guys, make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to see. Let me see how many likes we got. Yeah, run the likes up for me. Make sure you hit the like button. But yeah, you guys, to sum it all up, I think that people are pushing beef in Memphis. You have a lot of, people at the top. I think it's conducive to them because and they go sign a lot of these young dudes that are out there that's hot, that's beefing because they know it's probably a matter of time before they're no longer here, and they get the insurance policies. I think it's sad when black people are taking on the energy of other races that have done this to our people. That's exactly what is going on, and it's so sad. you know I don't know what's going on with our community, but as I always say, and I know the men don't be liking it when I light in on them. But a lot of these men are gonna have to step up and get back, take their places back on the throne, clean themselves up, right? You can't sit on no throne and you got a lot of junk inside of you, or you got some type of substance abuse type situation going on, and get off of YouTube trying to instigate beefs between women like a bunch of damn sissies, and clean themselves up and get back on their thrones and start leading the black community. The reasons why the black community, a lot of this stuff is out of order, it is because the men are not in their respective positions, which is they're supposed to be kings. Hell, even I know that. I've been saying it the whole time, right? I don't try to take that from them, but you can't go and put a crown on a clown. That could be a catastrophe to do that. As a matter of fact, it will be. That's deadly. So it ain't gonna get no better because everything is out of order until we start to put things in order. Women are gonna have to start back acting like women, right? They're gonna have to start back acting like women. I know they said, "Well, you get on here, you holler and scream." I shouldn't have to be on here hollering and screaming at men to tell them don't fuck with me, sissy. I shouldn't have to do that. I shouldn't even have to be defending myself. Okay, it makes me mad that other men don't say, "Listen here, nigga, that's a damn woman. You a hoe. Leave that damn woman alone. You a sissy. We don't agree with what you doing. We don't support that." Instead, these men are falling so in love with other men, they bumping booties. I done told y'all they getting booty. That's what's got to be going on. They getting booted and they doing whatever these men tell them to do, and it usually involves violating somebody else. Nigga, you 50. Why you gonna do that? Cause you know I had just want to be a part of something. First of all, you mentally ill. You gotta be. But ain't nobody gonna send me out to go and do and violate and mess with nobody else. I'm not gonna do it. I don't care if if I got a man. Okay, he ain't gonna get me to do it, and every inch of it could be good, but he ain't gonna get me to go. He ain't gonna be able to send me out, and that's a man, and I'm a woman, so I can't understand how a lot of these men are letting other men send them out to violate. How men get a pleasure out of sitting up on YouTube running plays and harassing women and stuff. That's a sadistic mental situation that's going on. That's what's going on. That's sadistic. That's a mental illness. That's an obsessive, compulsive, deadly situation. And that's the reason why I always let it be known. It's not like I don't say it. I put it on paper. I'm talking about as far as at the police department. I file reports with the FBI. I document this stuff and I let it be known. I'm not getting ready to fight no man. I'm not playing with them. I'm not on the, I'm because I know how sick they are on here. I've been experiencing it for 2 years. So you're gonna get I'm gonna handle you. You a threat to my person. I fear for my life. I'm gonna take you down. Okay, you got to go. Okay, I'm tired of these men acting like a bunch of damn sissies. The way that these young men out here are losing their lives and stuff, you would think that a lot of these men would be doing what is necessary to try and help these guys, these young men. They see that they're playing like Russian roulette with their life. Like anytime you sign a young man that is talented, that has hopes of just making it big, whether he's in a gang or not, oftentimes they're just products of their environment. If you take them out of that environment and show them something different and say, look, you can have all this, but you got to walk a straight and narrow path, I bet you they do it. But instead, they sign these young boys because they know they're impoverished. They come from nothing. They want to be famous. They want to make them some money. Hell, they got dreams just like anybody else. And you signing them and you looking at them as a lick. You looking at them as a lick. And so that's the reason why you see a lot of this karma hitting these people. They starting little record labels, signing these young dudes and stuff, getting them from out the hood like they're garbage, signing them, putting insurance on them, knowing, encouraging them to beef. And then next thing you know, the young man is dead. He getting all the insurance policy, and well, the mother don't know no better. They give her a few little dollars. They ain't giving her nearly what they supposed to give her, her son or her daughter. He paid for the funeral, the record head, and the mother think that he's a good man. He's a good man. He came and he paid for everything at the funeral. He the reason your son dead, lady. That's the least he could do. So that's why I say people are going to have to wake up. And our community is just going to have to unify. That's what I'm saying. Like, I be getting so mad at a lot of these men because I know what is going on here. These men ain't supposed to be doing that. Women get mad and get catty and go back and forth, but anytime you start wishing death on another woman, you're sadistic. Anyways, you're sadistic. Women get mad and go at each other and yap 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 and cuss each other out all the time. Okay, but when you find it hard to not violate somebody, that's something different right there. That's something different. And I don't know, a lot of the people that was in the street that was has posted up on YouTube, instead of looking at this as a way to be able to change your life, they done packed up from the street. They packed their crack pipe, they dirty clothes, and put them on and got on YouTube. Okay. And so they get to be whoever they want to be while they got their camera off, smoking that, hitting that pipe. So when they really start getting good to them, they might be Superman. I'm Superman. Okay. Depending on what kind of narcotic they on, their brain might tell them that they the ruler over all people. Okay, depending on how much that crack they smoked that night. And so they're able to be anybody and they're able to make more crack money on here. Instead of truly trying to change instead of truly trying to change their lives, because this could be an outlet to change their life, and they find a way to make this sadistic. Oh my God. Y'all know I'm telling the truth. That's exactly what they are, the Black Barbie. But everything is out of order, especially in our community. So the men got to get back. I be hearing men not say all the time, women don't want to do this. Ain't no woman gonna submit or gonna commit to no damn clown. It's too many men that are clowns and play too many games. First of all, they got to have their lives in order before they can do anything. And having their lives in order is making sure that their life is in order and that they're doing what is necessary for their children. I don't even understand how women date men and they're not even doing right by their kids. If he won't do right by his own damn kids, you know he ain't gonna do right by you. Those are his children. Those kids are him. They are a part of him. That is his seed. How could he ever do right by you if he don't do right by his own damn children? And so that's why I say it's got to be some healing, because it's unfortunate that a lot of women are so jealous hearted. They be thinking it's something. You know, he don't do right by his kids because he don't love the mama. Hell, she think that it's a reflection of her mind telling her um she happy because she feel like because he ain't doing right by his kids that that's a reflection of him not caring anything about the baby's mother because she jealous of the baby mama. No, it's a reflection of him being a no good Negro. I don't like men that don't do right by their children. Even now, like guys out that I would talk to at my age now, a lot of their children would be adults, and it's good to watch how their children respect them, right? It's good to watch that, because if their children love him and respect him, it's got to be because he's been responsible and been in their lives, even if he wasn't at one time. It's not ever too late to make it right. Just don't go and wait until the child is grown. But anytime is a good time. But don't wait until the child is grown, till the mother has raised the child and struggled and did everything necessary. Then the day the child turned 18, you decide you want to be a damn father. You feel like there's no more responsibility. Trust me, you're not going to be met with open arms if you do that. These men need to get in their kids' lives and do what is necessary. But somehow the baby daddy and the baby mama find a way to make it about them. They find a way to make it about them. Mm. I never argued. I was gonna say I didn't. I never really argued with them. I had a few arguments with them, but not too many. Because what I did was I cut them off. I cut their asses off. That's what I did. That's what. Whenever I was mad and I had issues, I cut them off. That's what I did, because I couldn't go back and forth with them. I'm nervous as hell about it, but I'm looking forward to being a daddy. My pops didn't do right by my mom's. I can't let mine go out like that. Well, that's good. Um, have you all hit the like button? Hold on, y'all. I'm looking at something. Let's see. We've been on here 2 hours. I had said I only wanted to be on here for an hour. Y'all, I have to say, like, this last client that I got, I was really blessed. He is definitely a blessing. He's so kind and humble. He's so kind and humble, y'all. He really is. And you don't get that so often. I'm so weird. I'm just being a little personal right now. I be so weirded out by people because I really have a really big heart. And having that big heart has really gotten me messed over, right? Being very considerate and loving and stuff. And so that's the reason why I have a wall up all the time now. Because people are really sick. I always felt like when people were good, it would automatically make people, I always thought people, would want to be around good hearted people. I see now that's just not it. But he is such a considerate, humbled person. He really is, y'all. And he's filthy rich. And I'm talking about filthy. And he's always, I hope you had a good day. You're doing a good job. I love it. Oh my God, thank you so much. I mean, just always so polite. Always so polite, you know. He's an absolute blessing. I asked him something and we was having a conversation because he liked to call and chat every day. And I said, well, I sure wish that you would teach me that once I finish working for you. He said, I'm going to sit down and show you everything. I'm going to put some stuff together and I'm going to teach you piece by piece. I was like, wow. And you think about like, this is a person, because he has said, I'm a capitalist. He said that but I guess we're all capitalists, right? This is a person who you would think that would have a covenant spirit. Now he was talking about they get ready to build a underground restaurant for 30 million, but you got people on here fighting for a penny a view. And I think that with the type of talent that black people have, like I think about like black men, even though I be getting mad at black men and stuff, I see the talent that they have. I'm totally in love with black men from the talent, from the deep baritone voice that they have, from the physique that God gave them and all of that, like the wittiness, like everything. The melanin in their skin makes me crazy as it relates to black men, right? So but it is very disappointing how messed up our community is because we came equipped with everything, right? We came equipped with everything. And that's awesome, Patrick. Hey, Monica. And we kind of just relinquish everything, to hijackers in our community, and we left fighting with each other over crumbs when God gave us, we got the rhythm as far as the dancing, we got the talent as far as the craftiness, um, the beauty of our melanin. People go and spend millions of dollars to try to get what we got. That yet we let people tell us that we're ugly. But people are spending money to get what we got. I remember, and I guess this right is a testimony. I was looking at myself like my weight always fluctuates, especially when I have a lot of in the wintertime, it goes up. And I normally start going back down to my regular size around springtime. Like now, that's just how it is. And so I was probably about a year ago, I was looking at myself. I was like, dog, like when I was growing up, I was always heavy chested, and I was a petite girl with a heavy chest. And they used to always make fun of me and say, you got like a Barbie doll shape, right? And because I ain't started getting no butt and stuff, that big old butt, until I started having them kids. But probably like a year or so ago, I was thinking about going to get a breast reduction, right? I was like, dog, you know, um I don't like, I wish I could wear like really, really cute tops without my breasts and stuff being like, everybody have their own little insecurities, right? And so somebody said to me, don't you know that women go and pay for what you got? You was born with that. You gonna go and try and get rid of it, and people paying for what you got every single day, right? And so God just kind of, I was thinking about that just a few minutes ago. Like God kind of equipped us from our hips, our butts. You see people going to get the butts, and they always made us shame of having, like big hips and big butts and stuff. Because sometimes I find myself insecure about that. I ask my daughters, my butt ain't sticking out too bad, is it? Like that's just like God gave us everything, the beauty of Black women in all shades and stuff, and we came equipped with everything as far as the talent and everything, and Black men too. And we spend so much time. This is why they try to keep us divided and all of that. We relinquish all our rights to everybody that don't look like us. We fight against each other to make sure that none of us move ahead, and it's just got our community in disarray. And that's why I say there has to be a change within our community. It has to be, and it has to start within the community. It has to start within the community. Diane says I'm gonna keep that little taste I got and work with it. Diane, I've seen Diane is heavy chested, just like myself. Um, but I still love him so much, and we just move forward with the time. And my dad and I have left. He'll be 80. My dad, you know what? I was thinking about my dad today when I was on my way home. I was like, dog, dad. I was like, dog, dad, you've been gone for like almost a year. Yep, you guys. They said who is chewing gum? I don't No, I think that's the fan. Y'all know that ceiling fan make noise whenever it wants to. So what are you all getting ready to do? I think I'm getting ready to get off. I enjoy being on here with you guys tonight. I'm gonna get off and finish preparing myself for tomorrow. I really enjoyed the live with you all. It was a peaceful live, right? And and I will say this, hey, I wish everybody the best. I do. I want to see everybody do well and understand you ain't got to try and take nobody else down to do well. As a matter of fact, when you try and take somebody else down, you ultimately take yourself down because the grave you dig for somebody else is always your own. So it's a lot of ways to kick yourself into the algorithm. Like it's a lot of great content out there. I wouldn't. I don't think it's good to get boggled up with a bunch of stuff that is not even conducive to your livelihood or your health and stuff. It's everybody can be great. Child, that's the reason why I've been so proud of myself, y'all. Like my blood pressure has been completely down. I ain't had to be on no medicine or nothing. The first I started having blood pressure issues last year when my dad had passed away. It's the first time I knew about blood pressure issues, right? And then I was stressed. My work was picked up and stuff. I was taking all them cases that had me stressed out too. Okay. Cypress says come to hit a live, y'all. Oh, who's getting ready to go live? Who's getting ready to go live? Cypress, you get ready to go live? Yeah, the black community is awesome. And I know I be talking bad about black men. That's just how I am. When I get mad at them, I be talking, I be cussing them out. But there are a lot of black men, they might have whoremongering spirits, but they ain't violating nobody. I don't like black men. I don't have no respect for black men that violate people. But other than that, I love black men a lot. I do. I love them. If black women don't love them, who gonna love them? Because even though they don't treat black women right, they feel like other race of women is better than us. Don't get me started because I start cussing them out again. Hell, if we didn't love their ugly asses, then they wouldn't be loved right. Cause we be with them when they ain't got shit. But let me stop because that's gonna get me upset. That'll really get me upset. Um, so shout out to all the big chested women. Oh Lord, Cypress sick or that play pony with other men. Mm-hmm. Oh, Alabama hitter lie. Okay, Alabama hitter. Yeah, I went and got my nails done today. Y'all know what color I got? I got lime green, and it is so pretty. It is popping. And I was able to. It was warm today, so I was able to wear my toes out. Thank you, Terrell, for the cash app. Yep, I went and got that lime green. Y'all know I like vibrant colors. Like that, I almost got that yellow again, but I was like, I don't want to wear that it was that sunshine yellow, that bright yellow that I had on. And so I guess it would be like what Player Cole call it slime green. It's lime green. It's real loud and pretty. And I got a couple of my nails that it's that platinum diamond. It's really pretty. It sparkles so pretty. Snow bunnies love it. Oh Jesus Christ, Cypress. I mean, I don't have anything against interracial couples at all. But now let's just be honest. More black women be with black men where they don't have anything. And that's just the truth. They go and get, female whites oftentimes times after they come up, after the black women help them to come up and to make money and stuff. Sometimes, um, it could be love, but I don't have no issues with people that date outside of their race. I almost was getting ready to date a white guy. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I almost did date him. We was yeah, I was so paranoid. I told y'all about that. He owned all those bonding companies, and he got those clear blue eyes. I asked him one time, why? I said, would you ever marry a black woman? Yeah, of course. I said, well, you never been married to one. I would marry a black woman. I said, oh, okay. So I was real paranoid, right? So I had never gone out with a white guy. So and in which he's a human being, y'all. So we would be going to different like places around Memphis. And so he was like, let's meet here, let's meet there. He was real generous, right? And so we would meet somewhere to eat. And so I would be looking around at people. I was like a paranoid schizophrenic. And so I had said to him one time, I know the white people gonna be looking at us together. He was like, why are you still worried about that? This is like the new age. So, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. The white people was not looking, y'all. At when we were just sitting there, we were just friends. The black men and the black women would be looking at me like with this disgusting, especially like the black women would be staring. The black men would be looking at me with like this disgusting look on their face. Like, I know she ain't sitting over there having dinner with a white man. Street politics says when I was broke, y'all didn't look my way. Oh, player code, don't start no shit. Don't even start no shit, player code, because thank you, Nicole. Don't even start no stuff, player code. Don't start no mess. Black women have always been with black men through their struggle. And then they treat us like the black guy treated his wife on Waiting to Exhale. Help them to build. And once they build, they either go get them a mixed woman that's closer to white, or a white woman, or other anything, you know, that's not black. They couldn't get them when they didn't have no money. Or they go get, them a black girl with a BBL and all of that with fake breasts and stuff. So that's how a lot of black men do it. They be getting mad when I be saying that, but it's the truth. It's a lot of it's there. Listen, I'm not taking away from white women. There are a lot of beautiful white women. There are a lot of beautiful white women. I would never say that white women are there aren't a lot of beautiful. There are a lot of pretty ones. They go get them booties, or they know how to exercise now to make their booty round. They have a lot of features, like black women. And it's probably because a lot of them ancestors were black. Mm-hmm. Anyway, y'all going over there to Alabama Hitters page. I enjoyed being on here with you guys tonight, though. As always, it has been a great pleasure. I think I've done over 2 hours with y'all tonight. I got to get ready to, I have to prepare myself for it to get up early in the morning and get out and go and do everything I did today all over again tomorrow. I got to do it Saturday. I'm gonna make some time. I'm gonna spend some time with my mother on Sunday. My mother called me today, even though we spent time. We were together yesterday. We was at the Japanese restaurant yesterday. My mama called me today, and she sounds so sad. She sounds so sad. She was like, "You got to work." I was like, yeah." Oh, okay, I was gonna say we let's go do some things together. Well, I guess I'll just, do such and such. I got some things I need to do around the house. That really hurt me. I was like, dog, like my mother's getting older, so she be depending on me and my sister to do things with her. So that pulled at my heartstrings. I was like, oh my God. So I'm going to work all day Saturday, and I'm gonna let the two people that normally work with me, I'm gonna let them work a half of a day, and then we're gonna get up early, work until about 10 in the morning, from like 6 to 10, and then the rest of the day I'm gonna spend with my mother, and we're gonna go some places on Sunday. We go to church, and then after that, I know she probably want to go play the pennies at the casino. Lord knows I dread that, but I'm gonna go let my mother play the pennies at the casino and sit there and I guess get drunk, drinking sex on the beach, because that's all I like to drink. Because I take a certain amount of money, I go over there to the dollars and lose it, and I lose it in 15 minutes, and I come back and sit behind her, and while she played pennies and she be singing church songs and being happy playing pennies. I don't understand how nobody play no penny machine. Because if you hit a jackpot, it ain't hardly no money. But I guess I'll sit behind her and get drunk. That's so I guess I'll just sit behind her and get drunk and let her enjoy hitting the penny machine while she sing gospel songs, child. While she playing the penny machine. Anyways, you guys, I love you guys. Go over there to Alabama Hitter. I'll talk with you guys later.